Just getting the live stream sorted out, so bear with me. The weather is looking pretty abysmal, so we may end up changing it. Okay, I'm just going to put a note up for the moment, just to let people know I'm not going just yet. So all right, I have coffee. Shall we figure out where we are and where we're going then? So we are at Glacier National Park in the US. We're going to head straight out northeast, and we're going to go along Lake McDonald and then explore around some of this scenery, because apparently it's quite spectacular. Never seen it before, so this is going to be new to me. And looking at the weather, it's not playing ball. So let's go and have a look at windy.com. So this is where we are. Let's have a look at the clouds. Yeah, that's not great, is it? So we are going to change the weather in the simulator and give ourselves some nice weather to go and have a look around. It's a bit better, isn't it? Okay. Can I remember how to get the Model 18 up and running is the next question, and I very much doubt it is going to be. So we've got the batteries, we've got nav lights here. Has it not got a beacon light? Am I looking in the wrong place for it? So magnetos are over here. Just reacquainting myself with where everything is. Ah, there's the beacon. Beacon. Seatbelt on. Don't need dome lights. We will put the mags on. Okay, let's just make sure we've got throttles left and right. We've got mixture, which is going to go full rich. Just seeing what these are. Oil shutters. So I'll leave those. Lift for cold. Manifold. Lift for cold. And RPM is on full already. So does the boost work? Yes, it does. Does the boost turn itself back off? I presume it must. Actually, let's turn the P2 heat back off. We haven't done the avionics yet. Just checking switches. It's that long since I've flown this thing. That buzzing is driving me around a twist. So we didn't need the primer. We're using left and right So cowl flaps, turn and pull to open. So that will close them, that will open them. Left and right cowl flaps, that's obvious. Is that booster really going to keep going? Is that a bug? It's not the modded Model 18, it's just the stock one. I'm just trying to reacquaint myself with how it works. Can anybody remember where the avionics master switch is? Or so radio master switch. So we've got batteries and generator. Was it really overhead? Oh, of course it is. Completely forgot. Had a brain, I'd be dangerous. It's a nice looking plane, isn't it? Wait for the GPS to come up. We're not actually going to put a route in, we're just going to go VFR today. Let's find out where we are on the airfield. So we're going to taxi out to the right, and then left onto the runway. The only problem with this airplane is seeing where you're going. Right, I have some idea now of where we're going. Let me just check the volume levels in OBS, make sure I'm not drowning you out, or I'm not being drowned out by the engines. I seem to remember the windows and everything work in this, don't they? Yeah, I thought so. I remember flying the Model 18 when it first came out for Flight Simulator, but I really haven't touched it since, so today's going to be fun. Let's get the tail off the floor if we can. Whoa. There we go, took a while to get some speed up, that was all. Let's get back near the centre line. Plus I forgot that it has the quarter windows. They really help when you're turning. See where you're going. Hey, let's head for the pass then. So we should be able to close the cowl flaps now. Make it a bit more sleek. So Mr. Oscar saying what graphics settings? This is just ultra. Out of the box ultra. Change the time of day, make it look a bit more dramatic. So, Daniel is saying he's been watching my VOR videos. So yeah, it's the shame about VOR navigation is the VOR masts or stations are being shut down slowly. Obviously GPS is the way ahead in the real world. It's a shame. That's a lot of trees. So the Flathead River and Bad Rock Canyon we're in the middle of. So we're going to follow the river up and go across to the left till there's a glacier, which hopefully, yeah, you can see it just over there, look. Should we put FS Realistic on as well, because it'll move the camera around, make it a bit more interesting looking in the cockpit. Yeah, we completely agree. I'm just reading the comments about VOR navigation. You have to form a picture in your head, don't you? Yeah, that's exactly right. What speed are we doing? Almost over speeding. You need to be careful. Should get a bit of altitude so we can enjoy some of this scenery. It's a great sounding aeroplane, isn't it? So let's have a look. We've got the RPM pushed right up against the stops at the moment. Now we've finished kind of climbing. I'm going to wind that back in a bit. Okay. Oh, that's the mixture, isn't it? This is the RPM this side. That makes more sense. Wonder why it was not doing anything. So manifold pressure's in the middle, that's all fine. RPM's in the middle. Just trundle along and start enjoying the scenery. Let's have a look at where we are then. So we're about to go over the top of Lake McDonald. And then we'll go through Red Rock Point. Heaven's Peak is on the left, so that will be up here. Let me stop this centering on the aeroplane so we can. And then the Glacier National Park is just beyond. Well, I guess it's this whole area. So we'll go exploring around some of the valleys, having a look around. Edumacated. That's funny, Mike. So we're coming up to 6,500 feet, which is probably enough for the moment. So I'm going to trim out the climb rate on the vertical speed indicator. Should we get rid of the cloud altogether so we can see through it and see the hills a bit better? or try some of the other. There's a high cloud setting, isn't there? High level clouds. That's probably better. There we go. So you still get a bit of mist in the air. So Mike thinks we should keep the clouds. Yeah, but then you miss out on some of the peaks. I mean, if I show you what live weather looks like, you'll see why I'm doing this. That's live weather. Okay, we have some few clouds. The problem with the live weather is you're not going to see anything. And I'll have to turn around and go instrument flight back to the airfield. Which is, you know, it's fine, but we don't get to see Glacier National Park. So I presume most of these hills have names. Oh, we got Gunsight Mountain on the other side. That isn't one of the places where the military shoots bombs into the hillside while people cheer, is it? I doubt it. Am I using any add-ons for the aircraft? No, I'm not. It's just a stock Model 18. I have got FS Realistic running in the background, which makes the camera a bit more wobbly, but that's all. Okay, I should keep an eye on or become familiar with where the fuel levels, look, the carb heat's getting low. It's because of the altitude we're at, I imagine. Those are some impressive cliffs, aren't they? Just go over here and have a look. I'm a little bit worried about the carb temperature. I'm not going to worry about it just yet unless we start to lose power. Let's see if this improves. Looks a bit better now, it's in the middle again. So which way do we go? Let's have a quick look at the map. So we're just coming up to this junction, we're going to turn right. So, ideally, I guess, this is the middle of the Glacier Park, isn't it? So just have a explore around some of these peaks, I guess. I think we can make it through that gap. So we're nearly at stall speed. Just watching the airspeed here. I think we'll be able to make it along there. Not too much trouble. This is some spectacular scenery, isn't it? There's a lake way down in the bottom there. Probably get vertigo looking down there. Whoa, this is some scenery, isn't it? Oh my word. Nope, this is the stock scenery. I'm just reading the live stream comments. This is Glacier National Park. It's the top corner of Montana. I mean, I knew it was good, but I didn't know it was this good. They've obviously got high resolution scans, haven't they, of the hills. It's some of the best I've seen. Even like the rugged lines of strata and stuff are really well done. We are losing power. How's the temperature doing? That's fine. Okay, let's see if it's to do with oil temperature. We are at 8,000 feet, mind. So if you do come out this way with an aeroplane, just bear in mind how high we are. I want to try and get across the top of here to have a nose at it and see what's up here. Coming up 8,500 feet. Oh my word, Philippe, thank you. So yeah, I've never been to Glacier National Park in the simulator before, so this is a new one on me. I'm not going to make it over that ridge. I'm just looking at the airspeed. There is no way. I'm going to have to turn away now, otherwise we won't make it over this ridge either. And we're losing power. Let's increase the propeller RPM, see if we can get any more out of it. I don't think it's really gonna... It's not having it, is it? We are really pushing the aeroplane, mind. I'm interested to have a circle of this though if I can. This looks impressive. So this piece we're coming up to is Chief Mountain. This is the Glacier National Park, the top corner of Montana. So if I pull up the map, I'll show you where I am. Just on the border with Canada, so we're near the Blackfeet Indian Reservation, northwest of Great Falls. So the scenery does have its failings. There's areas of shadow that are in the texture. It's always a shame when it does that, isn't it? Okay, let's head back into the hills, shall we? So we're doubling back on ourselves if we carry on down this side. Should we try changing the time of day again? See what it's like. If we're going back this way, if we put it into late evening, the sun should come down on the opposite side from us. Except we're in the cloud obviously, so we're not going to see much. Let's dip down below. We go this side where the water is. There's the cloud layer, we're just about to dip under it. Waterton Lakes National Park. So if we follow down to the left, which is over this water here, through the end of the valley, and then we should follow straight down to the lakes, which would be quite cool. Should put the sun a bit higher in the sky so we can actually see some of these hills. What's the weather like? This is live weather now. Oh, get ready, here comes the storms. This is no weather to be out in these hills, is it? If I go live time as well. Obviously we're going to be thrown around now because we've got FS Realistic running and it's detecting that. So this is going to be interesting. Can't see where it's going on the other side of the valley, can you? I'm going to have to turn the weather back off. Back to a few clouds so you can actually see a few things. It is enough to give you vertigo around here, isn't it? It's ridiculous. So if you remember, we should see another lake along here. And there it is. So Mount Cleveland is on our right. which if we go look out here is way up there. What else do we have? Places of Porcupine Ridge is off, we've just passed it, to the left. Whoops, there it is, across there. And the plane's gone into an uncontrollable climb as we talked about it. So we're coming down to Waterton Park. So we're on the border of British Columbia and Alberta, which is coming up as well. I guess the question becomes, where do we want to fly to land eventually? Amazing scenery though, isn't it? So or do we just go back the way we came? What altitude are we at? Coming up for 9,000 feet. Trying to do a bit of working out here. Crystal Lakes Resort. We could go and land there, I guess. Make our way back across the hills. So from where we are, we want to go about 237 degrees on the compass. If we can make that route and not crash into a mountain. 270, 260, 250. Does this have a gyro compass? It does. We want 237, don't we? So just let it stabilise the direction it's going. So I'm going to cut across to the right here to go through this pass. Oh, actually no, that looks like there's a way through just over here. Fingers crossed. Well, we have got this GPS on board, so we may as well make use of it, I guess. So the airfield we're heading towards is 01MT. That gives us the magenta line to get to it. Obviously we're not going to go, there is no autopilot, so we're just going to use it as a visual aid. So we're at 8,500 feet. I'm just wondering if we can make it through this pass up here. I guess we could go round the right hand side, which would get us back nearer the track anyway, so we'll just go across this ridge. Look how high the peaks are across the way. Oh my word. So does that peak have a name? Presumably that's it. No. This Intl Peak is the one just across from us then. Aha, this is what I was looking for. You can see the swirly shapes in the rocks. This is what I was after when I came here. They really have done a number on the textures, haven't they? It's very cool. That is some incredible scenery, isn't it? You don't get views like that every day in the simulator, do you? Okay, how are we doing in terms of the line? Okay, we need to turn across here. Okay, does this give us a distance? It will if we go to Rose mode, won't it? 27 miles to run. So it's the other side of these hills is where we're going. So let's just have a quick check around. Oil and fuel. Fuel. We are low on fuel. We may have to drop into Moose City to go and get some. How far away are we again? "25 miles. Oh, we'll be alright. Famous last words, of course. We're going to end up going dead stick, aren't we, into the airfield. The manifold pressure is looking pretty high, so I'm going to pull it back a little bit. So can we weave, if we go, oh, we're already off to the, yeah, that would be that route through. It's a good route through though, so I'm going to cut down here. We could switch tanks, couldn't we? I just realised that. I've forgotten that this has got multiple tanks. Yeah, we'll be fine. Should we see what that live weather looks like now? See if it's still horrific. Yep. So we'll go for high level clouds. Shall we play with the weather again? See if we can get the sun into a nice place. So we carry on through here and we follow this all the way through to the other side. So if we look on the map so you can see that, we're going to go down, just basically follow it. So we'll actually go around that corner then. Yeah. What does this side of the valley look like in the morning light then? So if we were to switch this through, yeah, it's not as impressive, is it? Dangerously fast. So I'm going to come off the throttle a little bit. So if we zoom out on this a couple of times, we can see the airfield. 13 miles to go. Time back on live. It's a bit brighter, isn't it? So we're following along. We're actually gaining altitude though as we go, which we have to be careful of. Make sure we don't turn a corner to a sudden steep climb. It's quite a wide valley though, so we have got room to turn if we need to. So the question comes, okay, we're only at 6,000 feet, so we can easily climb if we need to. So let's go for this right-hand gap. Open the engines up to full throttle. Just try to drop the left wing gently then. May have been turbulence. Okay, so we want to go down through this gap down here by the look of it. And let's get through this ridge. And follow around the side of this hill. It should lead us directly to Crystal Lakes Resort. We'll just cut the throttle back to 50%. So airfield is down here, under the nose. Which way is the wind? On the ground, the wind is 230, 9 knots, gusting 16. So it's coming from this sort of direction. So that's suppose runway 14. So we'll make a right turn. This isn't ideal actually, because I'd tell a lie. Once we get over this bridge, we can descend. Matthew Foyle saying he blows the engine up on a regular basis with the realism mod. I'll have to go and get that and try it out. I'm just going to give myself a bit of room here to turn back in towards the airfield. Right, here goes nothing. Okay, so just being careful to avoid these trees on approach. There's the stall warning. There goes the tail wheel. So I'm just using back stick now to jam the tail wheel into the floor. And we should be able to turn the aeroplane around. Without too much trouble. We just landed without cowl flaps, I just realised that. Got to look where I'm going, didn't I? Okay, so avionics off. Magnetos off. All the power off. I think that's about it. There's not much to switch off in this aeroplane, is there? I presume because it was this Coronado that built this. So you got nice material modelling and stuff. Do the doors work at the back? I can't remember. Yeah, they do. And there's no clipping. Well, oh, there is clipping. Okay. It's very cool though, isn't it? So hopefully you enjoyed that. So today we flew. Let's have a look around, see if we can get some nice scenery in the background. Not quite. Oh well. So today we flew the Model 18 and we took off from Glacier Park International, and then we flew northeast into Glacier National Park, then through the valleys and then back over to 14 Crystal Lakes Resort. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm very, very tired. I'm going to go and fall into bed, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and all the other stuff. I never think to say the things that all the proper YouTubers say. I don't really count myself as a YouTuber. I'm just somebody playing flight sim and sharing my flights and things I learn along the way with the community. Anyway, see you soon.